What's good, y'all? It's your boy Matt, your favorite CEO, fitness model, and content creator. I don't got my lapel mic on because it died, but we still gonna get this content in, baby. Listen, man, you see the title. Stop surrounding yourself with negative people. Stop surrounding yourself with negative people on this earth. I'm telling you, negative people on this earth, whether it's friends, family, associates, significant others, those people will lower your vibration. Those people will bring you down. You cannot surround yourself with negative people because you will eventually become a negative person. You hang around 5 negative people, you're going to be the 6, right? You hang around 5 low vibrational people, you're going to become the 6. So you got to pay attention to who you're surrounding yourself with. If you surround yourself with people who complain, who are always pessimistic, who are always negative and complaining and this and that, you're going to become just like them. Their energy's going to rub off on you, and they're going to, you're going to adopt their thought patterns, and it's going to ruin your life. I used to spend time around negative people who were always complaining, who were always just bitching and crying about things, and I started doing the same thing. I started picking up on their habits because I was around them for a very long time. You know what I mean? But a lot of negative people drain your energy, and you got to protect your energy. And that's what this video is really about. It's about staying away from negative people and protecting your energy. In this earth, in this earth, right? In this life that you're living right now, you have to protect your energy. Your energy is very, very sacred. You have to protect your energy from negative people. You have to protect your energy from negative circumstances. You have to protect your energy from negative thinking, right? Like I told you, your mind is a home that you live in 24/7. So you got to make sure that this mind is positive, it is not filled with negativity. You got to make sure your home is clean, your mental home is clean, that it's fortified, that it's taken care of, that you're constantly nurturing it and taking care of it. You know what I mean? The same way you take care of your gut health, you got to take care of your brain health. You got to take care of your mind. Same way you wash your ass, you gotta wash your brain. You clean your body off, you clean dirt off your body, right? When you take a shower. You wash your body so you can be fresh. You know what I'm saying? So you can be clean. You gotta do the same thing with your mind. You gotta detox your mind, you gotta wash your mind. You know what I mean? And you gotta stay away from negative people. Stay away from pessimistic people. Stay away from complainers. Stay away from negative people as a whole, because those people will lower your vibe and they are energy drainers. You ever been around someone who's this, party pooper? Always complaining. Oh my God, why me? Oh my God. Just complaining all the time. Oh yeah, well this won't work, always being negative. Those people are energy drainers, and you gotta surround yourself with people who are more positive. You gotta consume more positive content, right? You gotta mentally consume more positive content. You gotta eat more positive, high vibrational foods. You gotta make sure that everything in your life is positive. Not saying that from time to time negative thoughts won't pop up in your mind. Not saying from time to time you won't come across negative people, but these shouldn't be the main people that you hang around with. These shouldn't be your friends. These shouldn't be the people that you are closest with. Surround yourself with high vibrational people. People who are more out of life. People who are positive. People who are optimistic about their future, about their goals, about their vision, about life. Right? There's more than life than just sulking in the corner and fucking complaining because things aren't going your way. Those are the same people that will stay in the same place for 30, 40, 50 years because they didn't change their thought patterns, because they were always so negative that they didn't realize that they were the ones attracting the negative circumstances into their life. If you are a negative person and you're constantly complaining and being in that negative low vibe, you're going to attract negative circumstances into your life. That's why a lot of people, their life never goes good, because they're constantly being negative, consuming negative entertainment, watching the news, seeing people die on a habitual basis on the news, surrounding themselves with negative people. You know what I mean? And when you're mentally consuming these things on a habitual basis and you're surrounding yourself with these type of people, you're going to become that. You surround yourself with negative people, you're going to become negative. You surround yourself with positive people, you're going to become positive. I'm a very positive person. I don't surround myself with complainers. I don't surround myself with people who bitch and complain and moan all the time. I surround myself with people who are aware of their thoughts and they take action from that. Okay, cool. I don't like this circumstance that I'm in. I'm going to change it. Okay, cool. This didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Let's figure out a way to make it happen so it can. Rather than complaining and sitting in the corner and whimpering like a little fucking kid. You can't do that. You know what I mean? Like I told you, negative people are energy drainers. You need to surround yourself with people who uplift your spirit. Men and women of God. Right? Surround yourself with family members who are the most positive. So their positive energy can rub off on you. You don't want to be around negative people. Low vibrational people. You know what I'm saying? You surround yourself with complainers, you're going to become a complainer. You surround yourself with pessimistic people, you're going to become pessimistic. You surround yourself with negative, low vibrational people, you're going to become negative and low vibrational. That's just how it works. But if you surround yourself with people who are confident, happy, abundant, who are always blissful and in a good spirit, you're going to become like that. You're going to adopt their thought patterns, their habits, their energy. Their energy rubs off on you. You ever get around someone who's so positive and then your mood just automatically gets boosted in a very positive way, right? That's how I get when I get around certain people, like my brothers. My brothers, my best friend John, my best friend Mike, my cousin Tazi. When I get around these men that I love so much, these are my brothers, you know what I mean? My mood gets lifted because these are positive individuals that I surround myself with. When I get around my girl is a very positive person. She uplifts my spirit. And that's how it should be, you know what I mean? Remember, negative people are energy drainers. So you cannot surround yourself with negative people because you're going to become a negative person. You know what I mean? Cut out the negative news. Cut out the negative entertainment. Cut out the negative music. Cut off the negative people, right? Especially if these things are not in alignment with becoming your best. The best version of you is not listening to negative music on a habitual basis. The best version of you is not hanging around negative people. The best version of you is not complaining all the time. The best version of you is not watching the negative news every day 24/7 and mentally consuming these things. You got to think about that. The best, healthiest, happiest, most blissful version of you is not mentally consuming and surrounding themselves with negative energy on a habitual basis. Because then it wouldn't be the best, healthiest, happiest version of you. It would be the lowest vibe. It would be the lowest version of you. You know what I mean? So pay attention to what you're mentally consuming. Pay attention to what you're watching. Pay attention to what you're listening to. Pay attention to not only what you're listening to in terms of music, but what you're mentally consuming in terms of the things that people say. Right? Because a lot of times, a lot of people get conditioned based on the music that they listen to. If people listen to negative music all the time and they start talking like the music, you hearing the music, bitches ain't shit, niggas start saying that shit in real life. Oh, bitches ain't shit, niggas ain't shit. You ever hear that? But you hear that a lot in music because that's the type of music people listen to. So those become their normal thought patterns. That becomes their lifestyle, that becomes their vibration. So you gotta pay attention not only to what you're mentally consuming in terms of music and entertainment and news, but you gotta also pay attention to what you're mentally consuming in terms of other people's words and their thought patterns. I'm telling you, stay away from negative people. Stay away from negative quote-unquote friends. Stay away from negative associates. Stay away from negative family members. Stay away from negative, spouses and partners. First thing first, if you meet an individual that you want to indulge in a sexual activity with, you shouldn't even have sex with them if they're a negative person. That's deep. Think about that. If somebody is negative, why would you have sex with them? Sex is an energy exchange. It's a big-ass energy exchange. If not, it's the biggest energy exchange, having sex with someone. Entering someone or letting someone enter you. So why would you have sex with someone that you know is negative, that you know is low vibrational, that you know has bad habits? That doesn't make any sense. If you have sex with a negative person, a person who's pessimistic, a person who's always complaining, a person who's a negative, low vibrational person, you're going to exchange energy with this individual, and then you're going to become that over time. That's why you got to pay attention to who you're entering and letting enter you. I'm telling you, that sex shit, it's not just for you to be out here exchanging energy and connecting with everybody. Nah. You got to pay attention to that shit. You got to take that shit has to be sacred. Sex is supposed to be a sacred thing. Don't be out here having sex with negative, low vibrational people, because you're going to exchange energy with that negative person. Stop kissing negative people. Stop touching negative people. Certain people that I know that are complainers, that are negative people that I see in the gym, I don't dap up. Elbow. What's good, G? What's up? Oh, yeah, what's up? Head nod from a distance. That's it. I'm not dapping you up. I'm not hugging you. I'm not kissing you. Fuck that. Nah, none of that. You know what I mean? You got to understand that. You got to pay attention to who you're letting enter you, who you're entering when it comes to sexual activity, right? Especially when it comes to a negative person, right? Because if you're having sex with a negative person, like I said, you're going to exchange energy with that individual. When it comes to you seeing people in the gym, a guy or girl, you know that they're complainers. You know that that person is a negative, low vibrational person with bad habits. Stop touching that person. Stop hugging them. Stop dapping them up. Elbow. Or just like, yo, what's good, my G? What's up? What's up, baby? What's up? You know what I'm saying? What's up, sis? Keep it cordial and keep it moving. That's it. Right? There's a lot of different energy exchanges that people have, from sex to hugging to dapping up. You know what I'm saying? Even just words, bro. Having a conversation with someone is an energy exchange, because you might have a conversation with someone and they're so negative that they bring your vibe down. That's why you gotta protect your energy. Protect your energy. You have to, bro. You cannot let other people bring down your vibe. And if you see that the conversation you're having with this negative person is bringing down your vibe, cut the conversation short and get the fuck on with your life. You know what I mean? Because if you keep having that conversation, it's gonna keep lowering your vibe. There's so many people I had conversations with, they want to talk about negative shit, negative entertainment, negative news, all this shit. I'm like, bro, I don't want to talk about this. I really don't. I don't want to have this conversation. And I cut the conversation short, and I go on about my day. And that's what you have to do, bro. You know what I mean? So listen, stop surrounding yourself with negative people. Stop having sex with negative people. Stop having these constant energy exchanges with negative individuals. Stop having negative conversations with people who want to complain all the time. If you at work and you got coworkers that want to gossip and complain, fuck that. Stop complaining. Stop gossiping. Let it go. If you feel some type of way towards someone, go confront that individual or let it die. That's what I had to do. I was complaining and bitching, and I was picking up the habits of my coworkers because that's what the fuck they did, right? So I had to realize, like, yo, I'm not about to do that, because at the end of the day, why would I talk shit about someone if I can't even say it to their own face? That makes me a coward. If I can't say it to their face, or if I'm not gonna say it to their face, I'm gonna keep it internal. I don't gotta tell nobody. I don't gotta share it with somebody who I think is cool with me. You know what I mean? Like, nah, like, no. If it ain't my wife, if it ain't my family, then I don't need to talk about it. You know what I mean? So listen, protect your energy. Stay away from negative people. Stay away from negative conversations. Stay away from negative news. Stay away from negative entertainment. Stay away from negative music. Protect your energy. Guard your heart. Guard your mind. Guard your fucking soul. I'm telling you. You need to understand that these things affect your soul. These things affect your mood. It affects your energy. Everything that you do on a habitual basis is going to affect the way that you feel. If you're not in the gym, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not taking care of your mental health, these things affect your energy in a very negative way. Especially if you're surrounding yourself with people who are negative, you're having negative conversations, you're having sex with negative people, these things affect your mood. You might not realize it now, but then you're wondering why, or you just getting random outbursts, you're randomly angry, all of a sudden you're feeling a certain way, constantly being emotional. Like, you need to understand that these things play a big part in how you feel throughout the day. So, stay away from negative people. Protect your energy. Your boy, Matt Rodriguez. Like, share, and subscribe. I love y'all. I'm out. G.